Hi, this is Sarah from the Dice Knights table, back with another video. Today I'll be giving you a brief history of the Void faction, an introduction to the background of the units found in the Void half of the 2-player starter pack, and an introduction to any figures currently released in the new edition that have lore to share. The Void faction is currently wholly composed of Maliak and their constructs. The Maliak are a species that were encountered in the 12th galaxy that the Alliance visited, known as Astral 12. They all seem to have a prismatic void affinity, and unfortunately, first contact was less than ideal. The first contact party was composed of a variety of delegates, a retinue of paladin guards for protection, and a small group of Rusian telepaths to allow communication across the language barrier. Once the team made contact with the Maliak, they headed to the arranged meeting place and began opening greetings, when suddenly the Rusians seemed to suffer a telepathic attack, babbling nonsense before bleeding from their eyes, ears and nose, then dying before medical aid could even be attempted. The delegation swiftly retreated to their ship and left the galaxy, marking it as hostile and advising that no further contact be attempted. Soon after this meeting attempt, a communication was received from Astral 12 claiming that the planet chosen for the meeting was host to a rare psychoactive bacterium that attacks psychics when they use their abilities. The Maliak claimed this was previously unknown, as they do not use psychic abilities. Though, when reviewing the footage of the meeting, one of the noblemen in the Maliak's delegates can be seen smirking when the Rusians begin to be affected by the bacteria. The next time a Maliak was seen was in very recent years, and was quite a shock to most people, as Astral 12 was one of the first galaxies affected by the calamity, and it was believed that all lives were lost. This Maliak was Amalile, as she traversed the last galaxy as the Herald of the Void, though we did not learn she was a Maliak until she had successfully opened a portal to bring through the rest of her species. These days, the Maliak are known to the public through their mercenary work. They advertise quite well and actively refrain from holding opinions against any employer or target, allowing them to seamlessly transition from one contractor to the next. I'll now talk about the specific units that are currently available for the Void faction. First, I'll talk about the Pinions. Pinions are footmen of great skill that have risen in the ranks of the Seraphim, though part of the reason they have a separate designation is that they are known to refuse to work under any commander they do not respect. These proud warriors are named after the bright pinion feathers of the Vukea raptors, who have served the Maliak heroes of old. Next, the Dark Pinions. Dark Pinions are not so much a specialist group of pinions as you'd expect, but more of an attitude classification. Like the Pinions are known for not serving those they do not respect, the Dark Pinions won't even work with squad mates they don't respect. Once a Pinion is designated a Dark Pinion, a squad of 3 is organised for them that they all respect and will work together, and they are mostly left without supervision, only given goals to perform, as their pride will not allow them to fail a task once it has been assigned. Now, for the only unique minion model currently released that we have lore for. The Archangel Mikhail is the foremost combatant and tactician among the Maliak. He is typically seen leading the Seraphim troops, but has also been known to perform solo operations when he is required. It is an exceedingly rare event that he is called upon for these operations, and it is rumoured that he has taken whole planets without backup. It has certainly been confirmed that he can perform this feat with minimal backup, so it is not much of a stretch to believe that he can do it alone. And finally, the only known questing knight among the Void. Tariel the Purifier is rather young for one of the Maliak, having only been born since the calamity has begun, and despite her relative youth, or perhaps because of it, she is one of only 2 known knights among the Maliak. Her cipher, Cupid, is also a bit of an oddity, as it is currently the only recorded cipher to have taken a visually mechanical form. Tahariel is part of the order known as Void Witches, and her training among them allows her to remove obstacles in a much more permanent and straightforward manner than conventional methods. All investigations into areas she has purified show that she has not so much destroyed objects as removed them from existence, blatantly ignoring multiple known laws of physics, and perhaps creating small areas of dark space where she has passed. Throughout the battle Sahariel has had throughout the galaxy, she has run into the Radiant Knight Bang Bang at an abnormally high rate for chance encounters, and has formed a grudging respect for the bounty hunter. Whether this is because one of them seeks the other, or merely due to fate, these encounters can be particularly destructive. And that concludes this video. My next one will be a similar style of breakdown for the Radiant half of the starter box, along with any additional figures that have been released for the new edition in Radiant. I'll see you next time, across the table.